All right. Good afternoon, early evening, everyone. It's great to see you all. Thank you so much for coming out to our AP quarterly meeting. This is the last quarterly meeting of the year. Next month, we will celebrate all of your hard work and just dedication to the arts programming and to our awesome students, staff, and families in this wonderful city and district here. And so thank you again for coming out tonight and spending some time with us again as we conclude the blueprint, so the lesson plan series that we've been working on over the course of this academic school year. And so before I turn it over to Janika, our amazing, fantastic facilitator, it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. I just wanted to go over a couple of things. So first of all, I think most of you know me, but if you don't, I am Aisha Mobley. I'm the program manager. So most of your emails back and forth, it's me on the other side of the email. So it's nice to see you all in person. I love being able to interact with you all, whether it's in person or via email or phone. So again, thank you for being here tonight with us in our new location. Happy to have you. Welcome. And so before we get started, I just wanted to go over kind of the vision that we have as we continue to move forward and evolve as an organization. And so over the last couple of weeks, we had received some feedback regarding the lesson plans and the direction in which the organization is going, just from some concerned teaching artists. And so we thought it would be befitting to have a conversation just regarding the vision, where we're moving, and wanting to be very transparent with you all. And so what I will start off by saying is that we in no way want any of you to do any additional work. This is not something that's brand new. Basically, what it is when we're using the word lesson plan, it's really semantics. It's really a program guide. It is a one-page document that I can give on your behalf to a board member, a funder, a teacher in the district, the superintendent, and it gives them an idea of what it is that they can expect to see in a particular amount of time in the classroom that you're going to be teaching in or performing in. And so you all have already done the work because you are on our roster. You've worked extremely hard already putting a beautiful program and profile together that is on the database. You all know, as well as myself, I've been an educator for 14 years prior to coming on to Hartford Performs. Staff educators don't have a lot of time to read a lot of information. And so we want to make sure that we're able to have you all present your best work so that your programs, your awesome programs that you present day in and day out are not overlooked because an educator may only have 2 minutes to review information that's on the database. And so what we're doing is really just truncating the information that you already have on the database and putting it into a more simplified format that really answers essential questions. So what is it that you're going to be teaching? Are you a visual artist? Are you teaching dance? What is it that you're going to be teaching? How long is the program? So if you're doing a cultural assembly, is it a 60-minute program? If you're in the classroom, is it 45 minutes? And then what is the format? So what does it look like? So those 45 minutes, what will you be doing with your captive audience? And then the final central question is, how will you know as the teaching artist that your captive audience learned the objective? So learned what it is that you intended for them to know. You've already done that work. It's already in the database. It's already done. So again, it's taking that information, using the template that we've provided for you, working alongside with your colleagues and Hartford Performs staff members to put it into a one-page document that can be read with ease really quickly by anyone we give the document to. That is it. So we wanted to be able to take our time this year. It is not something that we're going to be rolling out right away, but we wanted to be able to scratch the surface to get our teaching artists ready, because this is something that is going to be coming down the pike. So as the district begins, continues to evolve and changes, there's a state of crisis that the district is facing with budget cuts and whatnot. We at Harvard Performance, we want to make sure that the district knows that our programs are relevant. Our programs are important. Arts integration is important and fundamental. And so being able to showcase why, here's a one-pager, this is why arts integration is important. This is what it's doing for your students. This is what it's doing for your teachers. This is what it's doing for your district. So that is why we are working very hard to just change just a little, we're just pivoting just a little bit, the way in which we deliver our services and our curriculum to our colleagues, cohorts, our teachers, our staff, our students, our funders, okay? All right, so please, we're not making you do anything that you haven't already done. We're just taking your information and we're just formatting it a little bit differently. That's it. We don't want you to do anything extra, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to turn the remainder of this evening's meeting over to our great facilitator, Janika.
Wonderful and concise. Exactly. Okay. Hi, friends. Welcome back. Hello for first times, all the things. Hi. If you have a laptop, you are more than welcome to take it out. If you like writing on a notepad, you're welcome to do that too. Whatever is going to make you most comfortable with your favorite fuzzy pen today, so that you can both take notes and document your own process. Yeah. So I imagine this as more like a workshop, where we'll be helping each other and getting our thoughts down on paper, and I'll be here to help facilitate some of that conversation. Cool? Excellent. Can you all hear me clearly enough? I want to make sure my accessibility is good. Okay, cool. The bathrooms are right behind this wall. If you do need to go, there's an exit on this side or this side. I hope you all got water, you got food and snacks. I have some handouts on the table. If you need extra copies, there are more directly in the back. If you have not seen this hamburger before, go ahead and grab that. You will definitely need it. I think Aisha did a wonderful job of this summary, so I am not going to give it again. Perfect. So in session one, raise your hand if you were here for session one or you watched the video. Some watched the video. Okay, great. So in session one, that was all about matching your objectives to that final reflection questions, because we want to make sure that students are remembering what you intended for the day. So if this is your first time jumping in, start from there, right? You can put your name on it, write down whatever program it is that you want to start with, and figure out the top bun portion, the objectives, your skills, and then matching it to the reflection questions. Quick example of what we did. So in the example I've been using, I was focused on JDPP's Moving Matters program. So I'm going to bring that up again and again because I taught it this year. So I wrote objectives like students will recall one way to help our community, or students will define and demonstrate a tableau, right? Keep it super simple. That is the skill that I want them to walk away with. And then towards the bottom, your reflection questions will match directly. Who remembers one way we can help our community, right? It matches the objective that I had there. Or who remembers what a tableau is, and I'll make them actually demonstrate or do that, or they can just give me the definition of it. Sometimes, depending on time, I might even add what was challenging about creating those tableaus together and have them reflect about working together. Or how can we do a better job working together next time, right? Some of that might come towards my closing we'll get to today. But you don't need to write down that for the program I did. You are focused on your own program. One program, that one day, that one lesson that you want to write down, and start with your hamburger. Session 2 was focused on the meat of the lesson. Being intentional about the order of the activities, the length of time for each section, given developmental limits, right, of the age group that you're working with. Kindergarten is going to be a different ability level than 5th grade. And some of the samples I gave you, I actually had an 8th grade group, right? So you might be separating their timings out a little bit different. But you're focused on the age group that you're planning for and anticipating those challenges that you might encounter as you're putting the center part together. So that's what's going in the middle. Going back to my JDPP example. So I briefly listed out the order of activities that I know needed to happen on the first day of that residency. If you want to look at it, I have those on your table too. First, I know we do a warm-up. It should probably take about 5 minutes. Then I know we're going to do something with our whole group. We're going to read the story, Change Sings by Amanda Gorman. I might have some questions. That should be about 15 minutes. Then we'll have some small groups. Students are going to create tableaus. Another 15 minutes. And then I know they're going to do a share out at the end of those tableaus, probably about 10 minutes for a total of 45, right? I wanted to add up to the amount of time that I promised the teacher I was taking over their class so I can give it back to them. On the templates that you have in front of you, I did go back and explain a little bit more so that it stays concise, but it makes sense if I was to just hand a piece of paper to that teacher. So again, you'll see that if you need some ideas on those, but you get to write your own. Are we good so far? Thumbs up, checking in. Question, yes. Share out, they're gonna share with each other, right? So each small group will actually get to come up, take the stage, take the floor one group at a time. And while everyone else learns to be an audience, and then they switch. Share out. Questions? Okay. So session 3 today, we're going to talk about transitions, some of those closing routines that you have, and I want to hear them too, because I like to learn new transitions and closing routines. And also returning the classroom back to the teacher. How do you do that without just saying, okay, bye, see you later. Have fun. And they're all dancing still, right? How do we hand it back over respectfully so they can go back to math or whatever else they have to do for the day? So the best hamburger analogy, since I've been going on with this hamburger thing, right, that I can think of was about wrapping it up. When you go get your to-go box and you're wrapping it up, maybe I'll even put a bow on it, right? Wrapping up that burger, that lesson, whatever you're doing for the day, and handing it, gifting the students back to their teacher. Make sense? Okay. So, of course, we're going to start with our warm-up, my favorite JDPP warm-up. So you are going to need empty hands, and our challenge is actually going to be to rearrange the room a little bit. Oh, are you ready? So what is one way that you would rearrange the room? How would you transition?
Move the tables into row.
Sure. Would you just say, everybody get up and go? Well, how would you do it? Sure. Are there groups? Are we spacing out? I want windows. Absolutely. Okay. So should we do it on like a 10 count or something? I could say I can count down from 10, right? And we can rearrange some tables. We are going to move the tables out of the way so we have some space to warm up and dance.
No, forget what I'm saying.
Ready, set, go. All right, so I'll say I'm going to count down from 10, and I would like to see everyone find a window space, arms length space around you, not touching anyone else. Okay, if you need to move the table, push your chair, and if you need to push your chair in, and then we're going to do our warm up. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I think we've got enough room. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Somewhere over there sounds great. Okay, and then we start by making some friction. What does friction do? Energy and warmth, I love it. And when your hands feel warm, and you've got the friction ready to go, we're gonna tap and say good morning to our arms. Actually, it's afternoon. Good afternoon to our other arm. Shoulders, oh, thank you for driving me here safely today. Elbows. Students love to scream. Oh, yes, warm up our voices. And when you're ready, come all the way down. And then they're like, I'm hungry. Oh my goodness. This is a great time to get your teacher involved too. Come and participate all the way down. Legs. Thank you, legs. Thank you, knees. All the way down. Ankles, feet, toes. Can you wiggle those toes? Nice, coming all the way back down. Perfect. And I might have them reach all the way up to the ceiling. Super, super high. Make yourself super big. And then make a very small shape. What's the total opposite? Very small shape. Excellent. And coming all the way back up and reaching to the ceiling. Very nice. If you can, get up on your tippy toes. Oh. Nice. Your arms can also reach out. Take up all the space you can. How much space can you take up? Oh, space. Excellent. Nice. All right. I might even do some arm circles. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I noticed somebody's going backwards. Can everybody go backwards too? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I have littles, they also like to do opposite arms, kind of like you're swimming. Are you ready? And swim it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. We might even stretch out our legs. Oh, this is going to take some balance. You ready? One leg out. Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Cheating. I see you over here. Leg, other leg is up. Switch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. A little bit later in the program, I might even have them balance a little bit too. Right? Now you've got one leg out. Oh, you're ready. I see you. Yeah, get that knee all the way up. When you're ready, you can bring those hands in. Oh, it takes concentration. Hold your belly and find your center. Come all the way down if you can. I don't know if I have my balance today. Can you do it? Can you do it? Nice. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And switch. Can you do the other side? Some people find it easier. Some it might be harder. Oh, I don't know. My leg is more shaky in this side. Bring it all the way down when you're ready. Breathe into it. Do not forget to breathe. Oh, pretty good. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. What did we forget to warm up? Was there anything else? Our back. How are we going to warm up our back? Oh, I saw some twisting. I like the twisting for warming up our back. Absolutely. Sometimes we warm up our shoulders. Sometimes we might warm up our neck, looking left and right and up and down. This is a great time to observe what's in the classroom. Wow, I spy something orange. Oh, I spy something red, right? Nice, yep. And then my favorite part, our hands are on our hips. And your challenge is to spell your name. It can be your first name, it can be your last name, but you must remember to dot the I, cross all those T's. You're spelling your name with your hips. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. It's for me. I have a lot of letters. I don't. Nice. All right. Do we feel thoroughly warmed? Yes. Yes. All right, great. Should I just send to your desk, run, hurry up, let's go? No. What's another way that you like to transition your class? How do you get them safely back to their desks? You don't actually send them all running, do you? What? Oh, walking in slow motion, balancing something on your head. I like that.
Bill?
Pending time, that's interesting. We're gonna try Adelka's suggestion there. Adelka, can you demonstrate to us how you would explain what they need to do to transition back to their desk? We're imagining a cotton ball or an apple, putting it on our head. And slowly balancing, walking slow motion back to our spots. Don't drop your imaginary cotton ball. Excellent, very nice. Not quite there yet. What I love about warm-ups and transitions is that you're still teaching them vocabulary during that time, right? You talked about balance, we talked about speed, we did things with shape. So I think of those also as teachable moments. We're not bumping into each other. We have some spatial awareness about what we're doing here. We might also be counting backwards. I could count by twos. I could count by tens. Could I count by odd numbers, right? However you want to incorporate other things into transitions and warm-ups is also really important. So as you start to do your lesson plans or continue to edit the lesson plans you have, you can also think about your transitions and your warm-ups as part of what you're doing, right? Cool. Great. Let's say that was my activity for the day. How would I then hand the class back to the teacher? Do you just end there? Great, everybody did a nice job. See you later. Or is there something more to say? What do you normally say to end your class?
Questions about what they just did.
But that's before.
Um,
It's different for us because it's a stage show. I always, think that the teachers are like, okay, time to go. They thank them so much for coming. And I tell them to go home and tell everybody that how much fun they had been up.
Love it. Absolutely. So I heard gratitude there, right? You might also be showing gratitude for the students. Sometimes I have them give compliments to each other. Who did you see that did a really great job today? You want to compliment somebody? Who did you see doing a really great job? Right? I noticed that Ree had really good balance just now, and I'm just amazed. That was great. Right? Who else was doing a really great job? And you can have them compliment each other and notice, okay, I'm going to do better at this next time because this person can do it. Right? And then of course you're showing gratitude to the teacher. That was one great way to do it for sure. Allowing you to take up some time in their class, borrowing their students, and you had your hand up. Is there something you do? Yes, absolutely. So now you're encouraging them to participate again and again because it feels good to have compliments and someone noticing that you're doing a great job or we appreciate you and all of the things that you're doing, including just participating and taking a few minutes out of your day to dance together. That's beautiful. I also love, oh yeah, no, please.
So just to like reinforce, like, thank you for having Chris. And, just bringing attention. Like, so,
Yes, absolutely. Loving that gratitude. Sometimes I also like to take a quiet moment. So even after all that dancing, they might still have some energy going on there. We can close our eyes. We can count down, get back present in our bodies wherever we are right then, feeling our toes again, feel your knees, we're safe, right? Whatever makes you feel comfortable and also makes students feel comfortable. But
But sometimes taking that quiet moment so they can get focused again is also really helpful. At the end of class, I tend to also do a recap, especially if I'm coming back. I'm sure many of you do that too, if you have more than one day. So today we did this and we did this and we did this, right? Next week, we're going to do these things. So I need you to remember what we did today. We're going to add on to that warm up. I tend to make it harder and harder as we go on a few days. I'll add something more challenging each time. And then maybe even sharing the what's next piece. What are we working toward? So they know what that final goal is also really helpful. Is there anything else that you add at the end of your class? Does anyone have a song they do at the end? Kind of a closing ritual routine. Yeah, you have a song? Oh. Nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could be belly breathing. You can breathe it, hold it in for a few seconds and release. Oh, I love the square. I've seen people like trace and you're breathing in and out as you're tracing. So there are different ways to kind of cool your body back down. But I love that. Who else does anything else at the end of class? Yeah. Love it. That's beautiful. Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I love that. Anybody else? Yeah, how do you end your class? You keep your promises. You keep those promises too? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Feel they're confident that they're talking to the old guy, holding into account.
Mhm. Kind of using it to build rapport with them. So it's intentional. It's intentional. Mhm. Very cute. Very cute. See, and that's your own special sauce, right? That's your own special sauce there. That's your own magic.
You want me to show you how to do that? Right, I promise. I'll show you how to do. That turns into a item.
Mhm. Very cool. I love that. There's kind of a thread, something for them to look forward to. I think all of that's beautiful. Yeah. Nice. Anybody else?
Falls asleep and starts snoring. I have the kids do that in the bear puppet set at the end of the workshop. But then, I have like multiple closings and you can see you say. And then the very, very end is the call to action where it goes beyond a class with lots done. So for this season, for example, like when we make butterfly puzzles together, I'll ask them to see if they can take their butterflies outside to see how many flowers they can find. So it becomes like an outdoor adventure nature.
Very sweet, very sweet, nice. So the examples I gave you are really more theater and movement based. There aren't a lot of physical materials that we might have. So I'm also curious, as a lifelong learner, right? If you are someone who has materials, how do you have them put away the drumsticks? How do you have them put away the puppets? I love hearing they all go to sleep. And now there's a routine where they go into the bag and now they're all collected. Good night, everybody, right? What is that routine, that closing thing that you might do to help clean up? Because that's part of your transition out as well. How do you put away the drumsticks or collect all the things? Mm.
So there. So how do we get it?
I love it. Great.
I think it depends on the age, but
Sure.
That would be so things like it there. Those types of things that they're already familiar with. It's not something that they have a rich for, they're trying to learn in home.
Mm.
So using those types of things. And then maybe the older grade following in. One of the schools will have this. Right now, but it's like a word that has those different words. Yeah. Right, the staff or whatever else. We're calling in one of those.
Mm.
That. So it's a little bit better.
Sure.
So again, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. JDPP, we teach them a song. It's not really a cleanup song, but something they have to learn for the performance anyway. So once the room is reset, okay, great. I'm gonna press play. They all have to learn the words to it, right? I'm thinking about Freedom Schools. There was a good job song, GOODJOB, good job, right? Where there's kind of a call and response. It's feeling very positive, but we also know this is the end. Until next time, which is really beautiful too. So whatever your routine might be, or if you don't have one, I challenge you to pick one and try something to help build that closure and build that rapport with your students. I think that's really great. Any other questions for the moment? Okay, so I know some of you brought lesson plans with you. You started drafting them already. Some of you haven't started on the hamburger template yet. So I do want to give you some time to do that or to maybe share with a peer. And you have Hartford Performs folks and myself here to help go through, look at anything you would like. But yeah, please use this as some working time, I would think. We've got a few more minutes. Question? Not much room. You can keep it kind of short. We can't turn in. I would use that to turn it in. Yes. The other one is a great visual, but I've been told you cannot submit your hamburgers. Okay. No one can submit. Do not turn in the hamburgers. Aisha will be like, what are these? No burgers.
And then like get the hand on back. Where you want them from. Everybody can I now focus on. Right, swinger, or want this lined up. Right, like. Hoping it's your transition, so what? You guys want lunch, let's like line up.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Talking about. Or then give them a truncated, easy to read, it's gonna look
Similar to this graphic.
That's one that I came up with, because I had an actual program to teach, right? And the teacher wanted to know what I was doing, so I put it in boxes and segmented it, so she knew, okay, day one, this is what I'm doing with all 3 of your classes. Does this work for you? Is this too much for them? Talk to me, right? So yes, that's a real example of something I gave to a teacher. That it lays out like that. Sure, if that works for you, absolutely. You can put numbers or you can do bullet points if you'd like. I think Emily's template has the timings on the side if you want to have a specific eye towards that. More questions? All right. Shall I press pause? Hello, everyone, and we are back. I have been thoroughly asked to proceed with my closing for today. Right, round, wrap it, put it on a bell, excellent, so I put a bow on it, yes. So my goal for today was for you all to work with some partners on your lesson plans. Raise your hand if you did that today. You had a conversation with someone, anyone about the lessons you're working on. Great. My other goal was to make sure you had a good time. Did that happen? Maybe, possibly. Awesome. Thank you. And that further concludes this session. If you have any other questions, of course, you have Emily and Aisha here. Y'all know me. You're welcome to ask questions if you have them. Use the handouts however you need. Make your own templates, play with it. We've discovered some other sections that we might need to add to them, right, depending on your program. And if you all have feedback for me in terms of the lessons that I've given you, I'm more than open to that because I have to submit them too. So I am absolutely appreciative of all of you coming here today. Thank you for hanging out with me and learning with me. And I hope you had a great school year. Happy summer, everybody. Yeah. And now I will pass it back to Aisha. Would you like them to stay at their seats?
Yes.
Yes, okay, you're good. Thank you, Janika. Can we give another round of applause to Janika? Thank you so much, Janika. She was so very willing to say yes to do this series this school year with us. And so we're so grateful for you, Janika, and for your expertise. Thank you so much. You'll be back next year. You don't know it, but you will. But yes, so just really quickly to talk about next steps, because I don't want you to think that now that the series is over, that we're not going to do anything with this, because you all know, we were very transparent that we're not going to be rolling this out next school year. But what we will be doing next school year is really being even more intentional in terms of really tightening up your lesson plans and getting them ready to hopefully be able to have some database transformation in the following school year. So really being able to have those lesson plans ready to go, ready to hand out, ready to be updated in the database. So again, the goal is not for next school year, but next school year, we will continue to have these conversations and these working sessions. And I love these working sessions because they're multifaceted. One, you get some dedicated time to be able to work on your lessons, but you also have that time to be able to meet with other like-minded artists and colleagues that you might not see over the course of the academic school year unless both of you happen to have a program in the same school. And so next year will be even more intentional in terms of having the in-person meetings. It's always great to see you all together and be able to give you all time to eat and fellowship together and just be with each other. It's wonderful, wonderful. So more of that to come next year. This was a recorded session today, and I will be sending it out later on this week. And so please rewatch it. I will be sending out some specific instructions in terms of those of you who have completed your lesson plans. You're more than welcome to submit them. We will look them over, but please do not stress out. This is not for implementation for next school year, okay? So we're looking for the next year out, 25, 26, if my math is correct. I think that would be the year that we would try to, look to try implementing it. And again, baby steps. We're gonna do this in stages and we're gonna do this together. So we will end. I have a couple questions. Yes. Hey, thank you. Great to hear. Mhm.
Go back and polish what we have with some of the information that we picked up.
Oh, absolutely. So that process will not change. So that's the process where we, open up the database for you all to be able to take a look at your profiles that are currently in the database and be able to make any changes or update your photos and things like that. That will still be the process that we will practice in the summer. So you'll all get emails from me. I've flooded you with emails so that you all can jump online and be able to make any tweaks, updates that you would like to make. Yeah, that process won't change. Yes, Barbara? So that's a great question. So at present moment, nothing will change just yet. There's meetings happening all the time, and at least one or more individuals from Hartford Performs is at each of those meetings, bringing back information to the organization. So as we get information that pertains directly to the organization and our teaching artists, you will all know. You'll receive an email from me or Emily, just regarding some of the changes. So as the district changes, we are right in there with them, to make some changes in the organization as needed. We don't anticipate having to make huge changes, but we also want to remain relevant in the district as well. So as it stands right now, it's status quo. We'll keep everything the same. But as we continue to have meetings over the next couple of months within the district, whether it's with Hartford Performs or with the community, if there are things that we need to change or shift a bit, you will absolutely know. So that would be the goal, is that we would be able to house them in the database. So we're still kind of in the talking stages, which is why it's not fair for us to implement it for next school year, because we're not even ready as an organization yet. So they will be in the database. We're still having those conversations in terms of, are we completely swapping out? Are we adding a different page? What is this going to look like? So more to come, more to come. Great questions. Thank you. Will there be any other questions? Yes, Adelka. So we are past that with new programming. However, we can talk offline regarding that. We can talk offline, certainly. So what I will say, I will just blanket this with my answer, is that there's just a great need across the district, across the grade levels. So wherever we can be a blessing to the district is what we will do. So there's not a particular grade level that's in any more need than the other grade level, is what I will say. So whatever grade level you serve, just know there is a need there, and a program such as yours is needed district-wide. All right, if nothing more, you all know me, take some food home, please, as we don't want to take too much food home. So please take food, water, cookies. There's a lot of brownies left over. Thank you all so much. We will party hardy next month. June 13th, keep that date in mind. 4 to 6 is the end of year celebration. I will be sending out lots of emails. We have a nice treat for you on that evening. So you have to make sure if you plan on attending, please RSVP. That is very, very, very important for next month's celebration. All right. Nothing more. Question? Hi, Lady Carrie. Gotcha. Okay, that's all right. We're happy to see you. You're in time for the AP celebration next month. You're right on time. All right, so thank you all again. Thank you for coming. We will see you all next month. Enjoy the last couple of weeks of the school year. Enjoy. Take care.